Hello everyone, Busy Gamer Dad here. So, unfortunate news for us. The recording you're seeing is a sped up version of the playthrough that I did for us leaving Tiamat's tower. What happened was Christmas. It was great, I got a new microphone for my wife. The bad part was when I hooked it up to my system, I thought I had the settings correct when I went to record this video. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And so when I went to review the footage after I saved the game, I had turned out that I had compromised the audio track and the video game sound in a way that I could not fix. So there's a silver lining in the sense that I'm learning how to do the voiceovers and I'm giving you an expedited version of essentially filler content that you're seeing here. All we're doing right now is when we walked out of the tower, we had 500,000 gil, and I thought that we might as well just go around to the various towns leading up to the end of the game and get all the spells that we might have missed along the way. I did make a tactical choice with our white wizard Lucy and decided to remove the holy spell from her spellbook in favor of null all, just to make sure that we had certain survivability going into the final dungeon. Not knowing what to really expect from this version of the game, I thought that would have been the best choice. We also went around and spent a boatload of money at the Cornelia Apothecary, buying all the various curatives that might sustain us to the final dungeon. The very last thing we are seeing here is we went back to the dwarves and we picked up the Excalibur sword after dropping off the adamantite, which we picked up in Bahamut's Sky Fortress. That's the strongest sword in the game for your fighters. Now you'll see me park the airship and we'll pick the video up from here as normal. Again, I'm sorry for the mishap. Hopefully I'll learn a little bit more patience in the future, but the video will resume under normal cadence shortly. Hey everybody, Busy Gamer Dad here. So I apologize for the last video with the audio issues that I've been having some learning curves with. I got a new microphone for the holidays and I'm really excited to use it, and I'm learning how to set it up, and I didn't proofread or proof the video and test out the audio setup before I recorded, and I kind of jumped in and got in over my head. So unfortunately that video got messed up, and you'll hear me have some explanation for it there. And right now what we're going to do is we're actually going to be jumping in right where that video is saved, and that's right outside the Chaos Shrine, and we're going to do the next segment right here. We're all set to go. Everybody's rested up. We have our spells. We have everything we need. Our spell book's filled out like I talked about. We have everything all said and done, and we are ready for this final dungeon. We are ready for the finale. I don't think we're going to get all the way through things today, but we'll certainly try and get as far as we can. That said, we're going to fight some skeletons. Skeletons, going to beat them up. Everybody just fight. Everyone bite. That sword for the Excalibur looks pretty cool. I got to admit, that's pretty cool looking. Yeah, we definitely just destroyed them. That's all good. And Echo Grass. Hey, one more thing. Okay, so we're treated to a cutscene here. That's nice. Okay. We knew that we needed to come here because we were in the Sky Fortress and we looked out over the observatory deck and saw that the energies of the 4 crystals were culminating or coalescing to the Chaos Shrine here. You focus the light of the 4 shining crystals, fire, earth, water, and wind, on the black crystal. The flow of time surges and space begins to warp. You step forward and you will just one step forward and you will travel back 2,000 years in time. So, didn't know this game had time travel, did you? It's one of those sleeper things in the game. So now we are actually in the Chaos Shrine 2,000 years ago. And the map is huge. It's actually very deceptive on how big it is. I'm going to fumble around a little bit knowing where to go, but we'll get through it. It'll be fun and fine. Purple worms. Unfortunately, it's kind of standard practice for us now just to keep using our items to power through here, because we don't want to use all our spells up, and we certainly don't need to when we have the ability to just use these items over and over again. So that being said, that's one of the things that I both love and don't like about this game, and I think it's a point of merit that your magic points for your characters are finite, and they're a really strict resource that you have to be careful on how you use and where you use them. But they compensate for that by giving you these powerful items that have magic imbued into them. You don't have, we'll say, any more control over the magic in the game than that, but that's really all we have, is just that. So right now we're gonna go through this. It's kind of law and letter of the day to just continue doing what we're doing, working through everything, and hopefully we can get through our first 2 encounters in this. So if you happen to hear a lot of background noise, please let me know in the comments down below, because I want to make sure that I have this set up in the right way. And if you have any tips or tricks on how to do audio processing or any video recommendations, please let me know so I can pick them up and review them and make better content overall. Alright, so we're going downstairs, or upstairs, sorry, I apologize, upstairs. And then we're going right upstairs again. Okay, so we can't do Razor or Scourge on undead because they're already dead, so you can't destroy them. But we'll make it through. Pretty easy. Okay. Doing awesome so far. Looks like everything is within normal levels for the video recording this time around. So you have to let me know if there's anything that you want to see in the next series of videos. I'm looking to do probably the whole play series. Oh, so these are deadly. So these in the NES version of the game were called gas dragons, and they did, I believe it was called smog, or maybe it was poison breath or something like that. It is an AoE spell that is super deadly, and it doesn't one-shot you, but it does a lot of damage to your entire party, and you have to be very careful about when you're healing and things like that, because you need to make sure that you're compensating for the amount of damage that that's just naturally going to do to your whole team. And they're a very common occurrence, as you can see, in our time here. So we need to make sure that we are dispatching them, you know, as quickly as possible, but there's no faster way than what we're doing right now. So there it is, poison gas, and that's probably gonna do about 100 at most to Glitz. Yeah, Glitz for some reason just does not have the magic resist that I would love to see, and that's unfortunate, but we'll have to make sure that we get them healed up so that we don't lose anybody, because we're in the home stretch. We don't want to lose anybody, you know, this late in the game. Level up. 716, stamina is 1, luck 1, 333, strength, agility, stamina, good. 617, agility, okay, and then 335, good. And hey, Andy's getting good amount of stamina. Oh, let me do this real quick. Good amount of stamina there. That's awesome. We have plenty of potions. I bought a whole bunch of them the last video, and that way it just kind of set us up for success here, and then we'll probably end up needing to use them throughout. Zombie Dragon and Vampire Lord. The Vampire Lord also, you can't use the Scourge or one-shot kills on them, just because they're undead. It doesn't affect them. So we're gonna work through this fight as well. Again, just so much magic damage to Glitz, and we just can't seem to. I can't figure out how to get them more magic defense, but it's okay. I mean, we'll figure it. We'll heal through it. Is what we'll end up doing. It's kind of silly to say this, but again, we're taking all the fights that we can possibly take just to keep ourselves on the edge of success and giving us that competitive edge in combat. Everybody's in a pretty good spot with health, so we'll fight this monster here. Death Eye. That sounds terrifying. I don't want to. It probably does like an AoE death to us. So I'm just going to have you do the heal. I'm going to have you do another heal, and I am just going to... It's Fyra. Yeah, let's do Blizzard, just to do Blizzard. Top everybody off, because I don't know what kind of damage to expect. Probably some type of AoE mechanic. Missed. Okay, so we can't do that to them. Oh wow, crit for 276. That's a lot. Especially to Rion, who's got our highest physical defense, and they have regen. Okay, so let's I swear you can do this to them. I don't mind. You know what? Let's do this. There, and there. And let's do healing staff there. 200 damage, 8 hits, 150 damage, and dead. Okay, good. Well, beating them up works fine too. That's okay with me. Alright, one gil and 1 experience. Not terribly a good haul, but whatever. Oh, no, we want to do the light axe. We'll do the light axe, and then we'll do 2 heals, just to keep our party topped off. Fury. Alright. So, okay, 143 from physical attack to Lucy. So we'll compensate a little bit for that. Oh, interesting. We didn't finish them off. I thought that would have finished them off. Well, we'll run it again. And the vampires have, good to know. So there's that, and then do this, and then do this. No blaze. Miss. That's interesting that it misses on their end, too. Doesn't make me feel nearly as bad. Yep, there we are. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get any heals, the second round of healing off. I'll have to have Rion and Glitz probably continue to do that. Elixir, awesome. So here's another interesting thing that if you didn't pick it up or didn't know to pick it up because you haven't used it the entire game, and you probably even forgot it was in our inventory. But listen. So if we did not have the loot, we would not be able to open this seal. That's the important key item that we have not used the entire game, but we've carted around. And if we did not have it, we would not be able to progress. We needed the loot to open up the stairway to fight the next levels of the dungeon down here. I think we go to the bottom right. Nope. Back up the other side. Yeah, it's back up the other side. So that's pretty interesting for a lot of reasons, because not many people I know miss the loot when they play through on their own. But it's like, wow, you carried that the entire time and it had no meaning, no bearing on anything. And now all of a sudden it's this key item that allows you to finish off the end of the game. I had a babysitter once who told me that I needed to get the spell Unlock, which is the way to get in here. And it's a level 8 white wizard spell, I believe. But you really don't. You actually don't need to do it. Unlock is like Unparalyzed, I believe. But yeah, it was just one of those things that if you didn't know to talk to the princess and take the loot, you would be without it for this encounter. And that's no good, because you're stuck at that point. I'm not gonna heal. I'm gonna rely on our staves for a little bit longer. Lots and lots of undead dragons. Lots and lots. Let's keep doing what we've been doing. The healing staff. Yeah, healing staff. Let's do the healing staff. You do the healing helm. Helm. And you do light axe. And you do light axe. Because we did our science experiment, we know that the item's power scales off of intellect. So we'll use that now to our advantage. So use that in your playthroughs, should you choose to. Take the advantage of using the more powerful items on your casters if you happen to have them. I don't know if the Red Wizard has similar intellect to like the White Wizard or Black Wizard, or if they have somewhere in the middle, or if it's just totally like more in line with what Rion has or what Glitz has. And I think the Black Belt falls more in line with what Rion has. So don't quote me on that, but you know, if you do know, comment and let me know, because I would be glad to do another playthrough of a different party composition if you think it'd be fun to see. I've been thinking about doing like an all one character type party, not white mages, because that one is really challenging, and until you get these AoE spells that or spell items like the Thor hammer or the fire Spira or any of these other spells, you're just not I don't say powerful, but you're struggling, and it is a struggle, and you almost do have to overlevel that party composition to make it to the end, especially since early on you do have the ability to sustain yourself when you're inside dungeons, so much with your spells being your heal spells and cure spells, etc. But you also run the risk and gambit of causing problems for yourself because you can't do board wipes. There's no black mage in your party to assist with any type of AoE magic or anything like that. But yeah, let me know if there's any party compositions you'd like to see, and I might consider doing another playthrough of those if there's enough interest. I do want to jump into doing Final Fantasy 2 or Final Fantasy 3 from the Pixel Remaster series as well. So maybe I'll do them both at the same time. I don't know. Alright, so this, yeah, so I remember where to go in here simply because it was a big part of, you know, the run, die, repeat mechanic that I learned as a kid. I'm going to do the healing staff. You're going to do the healing staff. So this is actually our first indicator of kind of what's happening, and it's very subtle. But we're fighting Earth Medusas again. We haven't fought them since the first Fiend. So now we're going to continue to see some monsters that we have seen in the past. It's kind of like a memory lane, as it were. Everybody gains a level up. 748, Strength, Intellect, Luck. 437, Strength, Intellect, Luck. 643, Stamina, Intellect. 338, Agility, Intellect, Luck. Alright, cool. So, one of the things that you might hear in the background is my kids. They have the day off from school, and my wife has given me permission to play a game real quick, so I'm trying to squeeze this in between our activities for the day, because the day off from school means that we get to take them to some activity like a bounce house or the park or someone's relative's house or some friend of ours' house, show off some Christmas gifts and presents and things like that. Let me know what you got in the for Christmas in the comments section, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. I'm interested. Let me know if there's any cool gifts that you think I should look into from a techie side of things. I love all things technology. I have access to a 3D printer, and I love tooling around with that. Like, I have a little 3D printed Bulbasaur, and I actually have a 3D printed Rathalos that I have from the internet. So those are really fun to tool around with. I love those type of technologies. Whoa! Many golems. Many golems. Okay. I don't think they do any AoE attacks. They're just thick boys. So we gotta chew through them as best we can. Or spell through them, I should say. You gonna get anybody? Good. The Bane Sword hasn't been hitting as much as I would have hoped. But it looks like it's doing okay. Every so often we get those big procs. And this should finish them off. No, the Stone Golem's still around. Okay, so then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this time to have 3 out of the 4 of us do heals, and then, nope, not light, there. And that way we recover some health. Because the battle of attrition in the final dungeon is real. It's hard, and if you're not playing the safe game, you're gonna fail. You really will. It's that bad. Okay, there we are. Right, running around down here, I believe. Yep, we're going down this way. 3 Earth Elementals. Let's do that. So I believe Earth is weak against fire. I'm not entirely sure though, because you have the 4 elements, but you really don't have 4 elemental classes or spells for your characters to use. I mean, you have Lit, which is lightning. You have fire. you have ice, but you don't really have like the all-encompassing ones where you have, you know, lit is air, fire is obviously fire, and then ice could be water, or it could be something else. Like maybe, well, I guess water, because it really couldn't be anything else, but you know, water. But for like, you know, lit being air, fire being fire, blizzard being water, you're running into the missing link with like what really overlaps into like the earth area. All right, so here we are. Remember this orb? Remember this guy? The Lich. We're refighting all the bosses. Every single one of them. Refighting every single one. So what I'm going to do is I want to do Saber. I want to do Haste. I want to do Null Blaze. And we're pretty topped off, so let's see. Is it fair to assume that, let's see what fire, let's see what that does. Yeah, melee attack's only doing 1 to us. Don't be fooled. He will hit like a truck. He will absolutely hit like a truck. This is not your standard boss from that level. 235, solid, represented. Okay, no Blaze missed. That's unfortunate. You will use the Giant Glove this time. I guess. Do that, and then you can cast Haste there. 14, 821. Nice, solid damage. Do Haste. Increases the number of attacks. I believe they stack. I'm assuming they stack. There it is. So Flare. They cast Flare now. So that's why I wanted to use the one heal spell, but unfortunately it didn't go. Or not, Null Blaze, but that didn't hit. So now we're stuck doing Catch Up. Let's do AoE heal. And you know what? Let's just to make sure we'll do that. 16 hits, 630, 613. Okay, good solid damage. And we'll do heals there. Good. And then kill. Instant death spell. Woo! Again, not your typical Lich. Not that, well, I guess it is your typical Lich, but just not the one that we remember. Let's see here. So do Blizzard. 10 damage melee strike against Andy. Ain't even hitting the gym. Oh, 1250. We got our first break of 4 points, or 4 places. Nice. That's awesome, Rion. Good job. Good job. Okay, so we were able to defeat him. 2,000 experience, 1 gil. Didn't have very much pocket change. And we're sitting pretty okay, so we'll just run right in. So that's it. So you can see the orb right there. That's the next boss that we gotta fight. And that's Marilith. Again, the stronger version, because these are the fiends. Oh, do I want to do that? Let's do the healing. Let's just do healing, and then we'll do Black Robes. So yeah, they're not. I don't want to say weakened. They're not the fiends that have been transported through time and taken over their respective areas. They're fully empowered. They're 2,000 years younger, but at the same time they have all their, I would say, meta abilities. We're gonna run up here, run around. The reason why I am not running from any of these fights also is because I want to see how strong we can get. You know what? Let's do the healing helm. Andy can do the healing helm. I want to see how strong we can get before we get to the last boss, and that's kind of also. If you run from too many fights, you're kind of going to set yourself up for failure and have to grind in a dungeon. This is one of the longer dungeons, and get the power that you need to continue on with the game while you're in here, and that's a lot of risk in and of itself. So I don't condone doing that, unless you do it maybe on one of the earlier floors and fight the gas dragons or something like that, or poison dragons is what they were called. But you got to be careful if you have to do that in, we'll say, the later areas of the dungeon, simply because if you don't have the the curatives or potions, essentially antidotes, Phoenix Downs, spells, ethers, whatever, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna fail. You really are. And you'll notice one thing throughout this entire playthrough. Do I want to go? Do I want to go back up here? So we can go fight Marilith right now, and I think what I'm gonna do is that. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go and get the items that are in the area. Blaze, blaze. They're trying to run away. Interesting. I wonder, I can't remember if Marilith has the sword that Glitz can use. It's like the one that I always looked for when I was a kid, because it always was shrouded in mysticism. I'll see. Let's see. Let's go to the right. Maybe it's a preemptive strike. Okay, cool. Do this stuff here. I know fire's not going to do much damage to him, but still, I'm going to use it just to do a little bit of damage. Oh, and Scourge missed on all of them? That's unfortunate. Maybe I should have Glitz use the Mage Staff, and then Lucy use the Thor's Hammer. That's probably a little bit more helpful. Item, is this our thing? No, Protect Cloak, though. That's pretty good. Equip. Protect Ring. Optimal. No, oh shoot. I did the thing. I don't want that. I want that. Then you have a ruby amulet and a ribbon. Okay. Then what is optimal for you? Okay. Protect Ring. Optimal. Okay, great. We're good. And then I'm going to organize this again. Sort by weapons on top. Yeah. That works out fine. Okay. Cool. Cool. Sun Defender does blink. What is this? Does a Sun Sword doesn't have a stat. Okay. Alright. And we'll do this. Have you do Mage Staff, and then you do Thor's Hammer. And then you can continue to do what you've been doing. Nice. Got one of them, which is good. Yeah, that's the better play, having Lucy use Thor's Hammer. Because the Mage Staff Fire just does so little damage anyways to fire affinity monsters. Alright, we're gonna get ourselves over here. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, there's a door down here though. Preemptive Strike. Razor. There. Thor's Hammer. And Black Robe. Okay. Nice. Yeah, found out a super secret technique. Okay, cool. Very good. Okay, there, and then is it down? Far away. Oh, gee. Oh no, hit square. Okay, good. Whew. I hit square just as we got into combat, and I did not want to do the auto battle. I refuse, and you can't make me. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I need to get that white robes back onto Lucy because the white robes nullify all instant damage effects, and that's huge to have on your white wizard because they're the ones who can cast life or full life. So definitely need to get those back on to them simply because I do not want to have them level up. No, I want to have them level up, but don't want to have them get in one shot. 757, agility, stamina, intellect. 461, agility, intellect. 651, strength, intellect, and luck. 341, strength and intellect, or strength and stamina. Okay, cool. Let me do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we definitely need to have, and they're the same, so I don't know why it would put the ruby on there, but whatever. Are you the thing? I think you might be the thing. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out in a moment, though. I'm excited. I'm as giddy as a boy on Christmas morning. Can't you tell? About 30, and then Blizzard. Make them out. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Doing the things. We should... What level are we at? We should get like around 45 by the time we get to the last boss. Maybe 46, depending on how many like big fight encounters we get. But every little bit helps, really, it does. Like I said before, the max level in this game is 50. So it's actually kind of interesting that we're approaching that, because I don't know if I ever really... Maybe in my youth I was just so eager to get through the game that I never really focused on leveling or taking all the fights, and that's what made this so much more of a challenging playthrough. Oh, Sasuke's Blade. We already have that. We don't need another one. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. One of the things that's unfortunate about the ninja class that doesn't come around until later versions of the job class is they can't dual wield, unfortunately, in this game. It just wasn't programmed for them to be able to do that. And so while we have two Sasuke's blades, we can't use them. We have the shield instead, which is, again, it's fine. It's just the nature of the beast, and they're keeping it somewhat true to the original game. Still disappointing. I mean, knowing in the future iterations the ninja can do that makes it all the more sweeter to say, oh, okay, wow, there's a progression of technology, or progression of, when I say technology, progression of knowing how to program that, or progression of, we'll say, understanding of what the fans want and what they want to make the characters do, or how they want to make the characters feel. That's part of the reason why I think I like the Final Fantasy as much as I do, being that it's, you know, the quintessential JRPG and RPG of our time right now. It's also one that you can see from an evolutionary stance get better from interactions with their fans, developing an understanding of what the technology of the era and time can do for you, and building that world that you want to have around that. Because the later iterations for Final Fantasy, they involve high technology as much as they involve magic. It's almost like science fiction magic in a way. Which is really cool. I love to see that growth. And that's part of why I think I like this series as much as I do. So, leading into the fight with Marilith, we're going to have to start using our heals, staff, and helmet, so that we can get some of the life back that we're missing. Let's have you do that, and then we'll have you do this. I don't know if... They're both heal, right? Yeah, they're both heal, so it doesn't necessarily matter which one is used. Missed, okay. You saw how that was like a little bit different of an animation for Blaze from the iguana versus, or yeah, lizard versus the dragons. Again, that's those subtle differences that I was talking about before, where you have things that are programmed essentially with the same name, but they look different, function different, slightly different, if for no other reason than to give them some uniqueness or differentiation. Scourge misses, get the heal helmet off. Okay, great, awesome. So, actually, we're sitting in a really good spot. I don't think I need to use any curatives before we go into the fight with Marilith, formerly known as Carrie. That's the way the boss I remember the name was. And then I think we're going to call the video there, because we're hitting time pretty easily here. Change it up a little bit. Thundara. Oh, maybe if I needed the black robes, it would have been that much faster. But oh well. So yeah, there we are. Awesome. Great. Cool. Cool. Alright, so we're going to do this fight, and then we're going to call the video. Let's do one thing real quick. Heal. There. Awesome. Alright. Marilith, here we come. We shall fight. And win! It's not going to be too... Nope, don't want to do that. I want that. You do magic on haste. No blaze. You do magic and haste. Getting our attackers set up to do the max amount of deeps. Again, null blaze missed. That's awful. And we could have really used it. Oh well. I think what I'm gonna do, and then you can attack, and then you can use the giant's gloves on yourself, is we'll do that. And then Blizzard. Death. Yeah, I'm glad I put that shirt back on them. Tunic on them, the white tunic, because if they go down, we're hosed. 16 hits. Nice for 822. Get the protect spells up for physical damage mitigation. The spell effects in this version are just really good. I like them a lot. Now, you know what? Let's do. How hurt are we? We're scuffed. Let's do that. How much does Flare do? Flare probably doesn't do as much. It was 186 or something like that for the... Yep, I'm glad I'm doing the AoE heal. Nice. 16 hits. 1351. Big damage. I love it. 443. Okay, so we're going to stick with that. Let's do... I don't think this will work, but we'll try it just to see. See if it has any effect. It probably won't work. It's probably got a high chance of failing, especially against bosses. And okay, and you got the kill. Nice. Awesome. So I'm going to call this video right here. Then we're going to fight the other two remaining fiends, and we're going to take out the last boss. Thanks very much for stopping by. This was Busy Gamer Dad doing the final dungeon in the Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster series. Good luck. Have fun out there.